Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 650, recording on April 15th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
Another host, Kyle.
And I don't run gun, but I drive gun, Tony.
Kind of like running guns, right?
Running's too hard.
Running's too hard. Driving's easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even like driving either, so.
Yeah, have to take a break in the middle.
Get some donuts.
The
mini donuts?
I didn't do that.
No?
Because that's on the wrong way.
True, I guess. True. Who do we want to start first and what we did in guns? Kyle, why don't we start with you?
Sure. Actually, while we were on last show, I renewed my USPSA membership because it was expired. And I've since registered for USPSA Nationals, Multi-Gun Nationals. But I was in Texas last week, just out north of Austin, for Texas 3-Gun Championship. So overall, it was a good match. Well run as per usual. It was looking like it was going to be some bad weather, but we escaped most of the bad weather. It was nice Friday and Saturday, and then it rained on a Sunday. So we got some rain when we were shooting Sunday morning, and then we got some good rain during awards. So,
What kind of temperatures were you guys facing with that rain?
What was it? We were sitting. It wasn't like super hot. Like I want to say around 70. I didn't really take a look at the temperature a whole lot, but yeah, it was like 70, 80, something like that. And and it wasn't too humid. It was hill country Texas, so it does have a tendency to be starting to get humid there, but it wasn't super humid. It was good. And yeah, the place we're staying is minutes from the range. We stayed there again the last year, but to start off, I got in Thursday, and Craig was actually having flight issues. So his flights got delayed for over 5 hours. So basically, I went to the range. Well, I bought a scope mount because I took Adriel's advice, and I decided I was going to run the backup rifle. So on the way, I've been having issues getting behind the gun and prone, and just basically any positional shooting that's not just straight standing up with that ultra low mount. And so besides not wanting to swap scope to another rifle, I wanted to find a little bit taller scope mount for my other Apex Edge there, and found, first Cabela's Bass Pro only had one, their brand of one. It was a $50 34 mil mount. And so I was like, okay, I'll buy that for now unless I can find, just in case I can't find something else. And I found another little shop, and they had a Reptilia sitting there. So I bought the Reptilia.
Is that good? I've never heard of that one before.
They're a good one. They're starting to get more into the consumer market. They were doing a lot of just military stuff, like a lot of stuff for the military and whatnot. But we were actually talking to them at Memorial last year, and they're starting to do more for the civilian market.
Huh.
So it's a nice slender scope mount. It's packed away. I didn't think to bring it out, but yeah, it was about $300 US. So still cheaper than the spur mount, almost half the price of the spur mount. Yeah. So, but yeah, it in the end, it seemed to work really well. One thing, it doesn't have the wedge for leveling your scope. Ever since getting scopes that have the wedge notch cut into it, especially a scope for that money, I feel like it should have that. So you don't have to do the bubble level and whatnot. But it didn't have that. And I didn't think to bring bubble levels, so I did eyeball level.
Works as well.
It worked. I'm actually really curious. I gotta get a bubble level out and actually level it and see how close I got it just resting out on the table and doing the eyeball thing.
Your eyeball can be pretty accurate. It's just you need to look away, look back, and have a feel for it. But you can see like a degree or two off.
Yeah,
and I don't even know if with a bubble level if you'd be able to see a degree off.
Yeah, like you did have to be the right bubble level to really see how close it is. Yeah.
That's the thing with even with perfectly mounted ones. I think it's canted one way or the other.
You just got to get used to
what's
trust
level. My eyes.
Yeah. But with Craig being delayed, I ended up walking the stages for us. Luckily, his rifle was taken from the range, put in the hard case when after Superstition. So really, nothing should have happened to that rifle, and it seemed like nothing did happen. He had a pretty good. He did pretty decent on the first day, and so I'm glad because he just didn't have any. There wasn't any time for him to go confirm zero because we were actually shooting Friday morning, and
wow.
Yeah. So went walk stages and drove back into Austin, picked up Craig. But overall for the weekend, I noticed this at Superstition, and I'm starting to wonder if it's just me, if it's just I've seen enough stages or what, but it seems like a lot of the stages nowadays are more straightforward. Like there's not like a ton of planning and memorizing that you have to do. There seem to be more straightforward and more execution orientated.
Maybe you're getting better, Kyle. Maybe you're getting to the point where you don't think it's hard because you've shot so many of them that it's easy to kind of see what the flow they're trying to force you into.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. I don't know because they all these themed except for the shotgun only stage was very straightforward, and I trying to memorize that shotgun stage. So they had a shotgun only stage that was a minimum of 46 rounds.
Wow. That's that seems like that's unfair for the open shooters, though.
But you're shooting your division, so.
True. Like the open shooters will take off. 25 rounds, 25 rounds.
Yeah. Jams.
Some of the magazines running the States is just insane. It's like onto the ground when you're standing up with it. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, so that was an interesting one, and it just we could not get on that one to pre-walk it, so we had the 10 minutes before start to shoot to actually figure it out, and I just went with the old see a target, shoot. Kind of remember a few basic things. If you're moving, throw a quad load. If you have a gap, doesn't matter if you're just about empty or just about full. Just throw a quad in there just because. And it worked out for me. I had a few misses in there, but I think I ended up pulling in 9th place in my division on that stage. So
I think your reloads were really good because I watched your clip that you'd shared on that stage, and your reloads were like the first. I think you threw one on the ground with your first reload. Everything after that was good, though.
Yeah. It seemed like every stage I had to fumble at least one quad. But I mean, you're going, and quite literally, and even the attempts that we were having, I could see smoke coming off my barrel before I finished the stage. Like, it was just cooking it, and you get to the end, your arms are tired, and the arrow was just, and I got to the end, it ran dry out. As I was scanning around, going from a match saver, and the arrow just passed me on the shoulder. It's okay. You're good. You're done. Take a minute. Because your arms just get so tired after that. But that was a fun stage. Definitely, if you had the time to pre-walk that and memorize it, you could absolutely do it faster, for sure. But I was happy with my time on that. But let's get right into the bad. So the bad for the match for me, my pistol shooting and my pistol running, actually. I've been having issues with my pistol not wanting to go fully into battery and just having to tap the slide to get into the battery the odd time.
What ammo are you running?
I'm running 124 grain factory ammo, like PMC, Magtech, stuff I've ran a lot. Standard. So,
what about your recoil spring?
That recoil spring, that's new last year. So,
is it like a lightweight recoil spring or
no? Actually, it's heavier than factory.
That's weird. That's weird that it's not going into battery.
Does bolt bounce exist for pistols?
Well, really. I was sitting there cleaning it out, and Craig actually kind of pointed this out. So on the 2011, your slide takedown pin, that pin actually goes through the link on the barrel, which actually makes that barrel drop down and lock back up into place on your slide.
Mm-hmm.
When I was cleaning it, Craig noticed that there was some slop in there, and you could see some wear on the original pin. So we kind of got thinking, you know what? It's had a shit ton of rounds through it. That's still the original one. Maybe there's enough play in there that is binding up going into battery. So I've ordered a new one, and it's here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe enough play that, because like when the barrel goes up into the barrel's got a bunch of lugs on it and those fit into the slide, but it's a real precise fit. And if that link, that swinging link that it's on, if there's too much play on that pin, maybe it just doesn't want to go into the right spot. Maybe the edges of the lugs are hitting on the slide on the way in. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and like there's nothing really in there to stop it from like micro rotating. So if it were to rotate a little bit and just get off angle in that link, it could bind up there. So
yeah,
I'm going to try that out. Put in the new slide stop, try that out. Hopefully I don't have to get a new barrel for it, and see what that does. Another bad first day, my shotgun still went down. So I showed you guys some pictures. I had replaced every spring in the gun. And I was also looking at it and found that my extractor, same thing, original extractor, I don't know how many rounds through it, grabbed Craig's spare bolt and compared, and there was some significant wear on the extractor where it looked like it could be just slipping off the rim of the hull. So I put in took the bolt off his carrier, put that into my carrier, and tried that, but then it was still first stage that I was shooting my shotgun. It was bolt action.
Oh,
so
it made it worse.
So put that away for the day. Ended up using Craig's gun and just left it in a limited configuration because, well, he has to plug his tube for limited at this match because you can only put 8 in the tube. So ran that for the next few stages, and it worked, but it just felt different. It was not my gun, so I did feel a little awkward, but I shot the slugs fine with it. And then really my last bad is letting the weather get to me on Sunday. I had a good day on Saturday. Friday was not great. I had a good start, which I'll get into the good, but the rest of it, between the shotgun on the second stage and then just my pistol shooting on the other 2 stages, it was just it wasn't a good day. But brought it back on Saturday and really walked away Saturday. It was obviously not a perfect day, but happy with the day, thinking, you know what, that's fine. That is, I can deal with that, and quite happy. So going into Sunday, we got the rain. And on the one stage, I had a hard time seeing the targets. Ran past a steel. It was a long range steel, and then so that hurt. But this time I was running my shotgun again because we figured out some stuff with that. But and then the next stage, for some reason, even though we had kept our guns covered, but get up to shoot rifle and I can't see them through my scope. There's too much water fog on my scope, I could barely see the targets, and the targets were at max 70 yards away.
Brutal.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunday wasn't. I was not happy with Sunday. The good, my long range at this match, tenfold better than it has been. I that's probably been the best long range I've been shooting really since moving down here. So I really think that getting the higher scope mount, the 1.5, definitely helped with that. And even they had a 700-yard target on one of the stages, and I was able to connect. Well, turns out if I just wasn't an idiot, I would have connected on the first round, but I ended up connecting on my third round, because my first round, for some reason, I had my hold as, okay, it's 5.5 mil. But for some reason, I put 5.5 mil at the top of the plate for my first shot. Wow. And guys are saying, yeah, it was dead center, right on top of the target. And it's like, yeah, it took my second shot. I was like, wait a minute, why am I holding this at the top of the target? I need to be holding it middle of the target. And then I connected. So,
yeah, it's pretty impressive because, yeah, you took your time on the shots, but yeah, only needed a few, and then boom, off you go. Whereas I'd imagine some people would have needed 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get their hit on that target, just wailing away.
Yeah. I definitely would like to speed up my positional shooting. But even just like, I did not have as many misses at this match as normal. Our first stage of the match was a long range stage out to about 630 yards. And it was a bag sponsor stage. So actually they had a bin of bags there, and everybody was allowed to use a bag for a rest. So I picked one that went over the hand guard, got it tucked on the hand guard. And I gotta say, like, I haven't shot a competition with bags. It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference. Huge difference. And like, I didn't think it was going to make a huge difference because there was a rock, a rooftop, and then a dead tree. And I was like, these aren't really places I would think that the bag would be like a super advantage. But after shooting it, I really think the bags absolutely 100% helped out for that, for sure.
Yeah, there's a reason why they use them in PRS and they use them on like every barricade. I just don't like
it's one extra thing you have to carry with you.
Well, and it gets away from the, like, not that 3-gun's practical, because 3-gun's not practical, but it's just another thing that takes it. Like, why don't you get a bunch of pump pillows and the tripod and pre-stage a tripod? It's like, at some point, it's like, man, this is getting a little bit, 3-gun's kind of silly, but this is getting a little bit too silly for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not too in the States where people have to dump their gun with their tripod into the barrel. That was very funny. What the?
Yeah. So other good, my slugs, both with Craig's shotgun and my shotgun, my slugs were dead on. I think I struggled with one slug target, and I think that was because the shotgun just heated up, and for some reason, the target before it was perfect. Hit that target, go for that target. It was hitting over the target, and so okay, bring the muzzle down, and I had my sights at the ground, like a ridge just in front of the target, and it was still going over the target. So the barrel just hit, and same thing happened to Craig. He's like, I had that thing down. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
That's what I remember for BOA too. We did a jungle run shotgun on the long range bay, and it was 3 slug targets, and I have to aim very, very low for them too. I don't know.
Well, this was like 18 slugs.
Well, yeah, it's not as bad, I guess, but
I love it.
Yeah. Also, my movement, I was a little bit slower than I wanted to be on one of the stages, although after watching the video, it doesn't look as bad, but I was definitely wanting to pick up my pace on and shoot and move more aggressively, which I did, and it worked out. Like, I mean, I had a couple spots where I had some trigger freeze, but even though I was basically running, it was still in the alpha, so I was pretty happy with that. I mentioned figuring out the shotgun, so I think there's some more stuff to figure out, but I was shooting 1 ounce, 1,200 foot per second, And we had gone Friday afternoon to the test bay, and I grabbed tried some stuff out, and then I ended up trying some ounce and an eighth, and it just ran. I grappled fire it, and it was just running. And so it was weird because I used to run, I don't know if you guys remember the Win 3 gun. It was a 1 ounce load doing 1,100 feet per second.
I always run an ounce and an eighth because I always want reliability and knockdown power. So I just always run the heavy stuff. I never run 1 ounce.
Yeah. So
maybe
I don't know. I think there's still another part to, because we were talking with Briley, but I had actually had enough ounce and eighth with me to shoot the match. So I ended up just putting the 1 ounce stuff aside and putting the ounce and an eighth stuff in, and it ran. But I was talking with Briley, and I guess the Brits, the cam pin, they're changing it as soon as the wear, like the coating is worn off. And so I think I'm going to try getting a cam pin and replacing that, because I think there might be a little bit of a flat stop that's just slowing down the bolt a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's something else to try. And then I could get back to running some lighter stuff. Like I haven't shot that Win 3, and I just use that for a clay only stage. But I'll still probably run the ounce and eighth. I just want it to run a little bit more reliably. So I'm going to try that cam pin as well. In the end, I wasn't happy with my performance, but I ended up pulling out 12th in tactical at 64%. So considering my issues on the first day and issues on the last day, I mean, yeah, I can't complain about where I finished. I definitely feel like I should have finished higher than that, but that's how it goes. I'm old, tired equipment that I'm slowly getting back up to speed.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to sort your gear, and then if you sort your gear, the rest of this will look really good.
Yeah, I think so. And we're getting there. I mean, I got a lot to play with my rifle, but the backup rifle ran flawless. Like that thing, it didn't skip a beat. So pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Also interesting. I think this is the first time, at least that I've been told, that I've had somebody look at squadding and join a squad because they saw that I was on the squad and they wanted to shoot with me. So that was kind of cool. So shout out to John Lee.
What's that, Tony? Like a podcast listener? Like, how do they know you?
No, well, he knew me because we shot together at Nationals. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. And he said, I was like, you're the reason why I signed up for the squad. I saw you shooting. I was like, yeah, I want to shoot with you again. So
cool. Awesome.
So yeah, that was cool. And Glenn Shelby was on our squad as well. So I got to hang and chat with him all weekend. We were trying to get his M2 running. And I think by the end we got his M2 running. He's got an M2 speed, brand new. So
why was it not running in the first place?
I think part of it was the mag spring. He was cutting the mag spring like 9 inches from the end of the tube. So just throw one in there that isn't cut and lube the crap out of it. And so I think it didn't have much for braking either. But so that was kind of cool having somebody like Glenn and asking about shotgun tips and with caddies and everything, because he's one of the OGs, shoots for Wilson Combat. So, and out through talking with him, sounds like I have my elk hunting spot for next year.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, we want that on video, please. Thank you.
Because he told me, come on up, put in for elk, and come on up and come hunt his place. So
that's awesome. Cool. Which state would that be in?
That's New Mexico. Yeah, he lives in the opposite corner of New Mexico as me.
It'll still be a resident tag for you then.
It'd probably be about a 7-hour drive.
Still the same state.
That's fine. But yeah, so I think figured out the shotgun, exploring that. Parts came in. So that also some of Adriel's parts arrived as well.
Ooh. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have
parts there. Right.
And then like
for a firearm from a conflicted area.
Yeah. But then I got a local match this weekend. So I gotta get a meeting tomorrow night. And yeah, so I will actually be at one of my own club's matches this weekend. Well, as of right now, who knows what work has in store.
Cool. Sounds like you're gonna test out your new takedown lever.
Yep. I will be playing with the pistol, and then if I can, I'll probably go up to Roswell. It's been ages since I've been to Roswell, and go up to them next weekend and shoot their match. Because yeah, it's been ages since I've been up there, and continue testing and working on my pistol work. Because yeah, it was very evident I need to work on that because it has slipped big time. But yeah, other than that, should be starting to tear down on the room and start building the new studio. It's just obviously just a temporary setup until then. But now that my major matches are pretty much done till July, be able to get some work done on that. So, but since you guys are together, Adriel and Tony, what did you guys get up to in guns?
You want to go first?
Sure. Let's scroll down the show notes so I remember what I was talking about. Tony from iDrive Gun Industries, because running is too slow and driving is a little bit more tolerable, especially in this weather, but still not great. Calgary and Edmonton both are experiencing snowstorms right now in the middle of April. It's great. Yeah, frozen rain. It's pretty rare to see here in Alberta, but I did shoot the steel match. It's kind of BTSA's launch for action steel matches. We talked about it for like a year or two. And not a lot of people are shooting shotgun at the time. PCC was still an option, so it doesn't really get a lot of traction. But now you don't have a lot of PCC options. Shotgun is more popular. Mini rifle is more popular. And you still want to get the pistol crowd out here for weekend matches. So we threw one of those. Dave Knox was the match director. I shot my Nova Speed. The thought process was, it's a steel match. I could choose to shoot the 1911 or the Nova, but I'm lacking training on the shotgun. And for pistol training, double tap is kind of a part of it, but for steel, it's all knockdown steel, so you don't double tap anything. With exception, this time we actually have stationary steels that you hit twice, so hit twice with a shotgun. I think I still need to train more with it. I'm still having short stroke similar situations where I have problem feeding the second round and I have to back off of it and go try to chamber it again. Dave has the same gun. He actually have two, I think, Novas, and he shoots mine fine, so I don't think it's really a guns problem. But still, the gun still likes to rust, and it did snow a tiny little bit. And it
same ammo?
Same ammo.
Okay.
He tried my ammo, so that wasn't a problem. I was thinking that it can be maybe if I had extended like chamber forcing cone thing, feeding cone, it might be better just because that's fixing my problem, like compensating for my problem. It probably can be fine if I just run it properly. There is kind of an argument of, because I'm running the PAR as well, two different action lanes. Am I too used to that? I run that fine, but that's 223 lanes, not 3-inch Magnum shotgun lanes. So that's a consideration there as well. I did have to take the barrel off, get a toothbrush, rim oil everywhere, and start brushing. Just I want to eliminate the rusting problem. Again, Dave's gun doesn't have that problem, so I don't know if Benelli in the end is going to fix it. I think the warranty is 5 years, so I still have a few more years to like observe it and see if it really wants to rust. But like,
what if you got some like Ballistol and like sprayed it on there and then put it in the oven for like a 200 or something like that? Bake it in there, season your barrel.
Maybe at that point I should just get it Cerakoted and be done with it. That's an option. I have a video coming up for the channel for Sunfire. It will be a Patreon first. So if you like to see it firsthand, well, first, sign up for Patreon, but I did get a chance to shoot Dave's M2 Speed with the Briley Ultimate M2 barrel. And we'll have that on the new gun stuff too. It's a very fancy barrel. It has a gigantic tank brake on it. And I don't think I ever done double taps with a shotgun. That was kind of the first one I've done, and it feels pretty good.
I just about bought one of those barrels.
I've also seen a Antler 224, the one with the 5.97 magazine compatibility on it, and that one did not perform very well on the line. It just,
none of them do. None of them do.
The extractor, I think, failed. It just won't extract. Feeds from 5.97 magazine, but overall, it looks like it's not as good of an option as a TM22 reliability-wise. And
anything else,
it looks cool. Reliability is like the big part of 22 shooting. I also get a chance to take my B22, which Adriel will show in a second, sister unit, not the same one, out to the range, and I really enjoy that gun. For the price of it, I think it's unbeatable.
Did you have it benched? What kind of accuracy did you
I didn't have. Well, it was like snowing and raining, so I didn't have time to put up a paper target, but I was able to shoot little steel targets at the range. So it was kind of fun at 25 yards. And I was reminded how much fun 22 kind of is, just because the low recoil, you kind of do things differently. You get to, for me, when I started shooting PCC, I couldn't really keep my sight picture that steady to see where the hits are. But shooting 22, I could. And this, like for a lot of long-range shooters, will put big brakes on modern rifle, like 308, 6.5s, just to see the hit on target. And for 22, you can do that. So I think 22, for a lot of different things, are invaluable training tools, just because you get to see the impact and like see this is kind of the sight picture is supposed to be. So like try to recoil control into that.
Well, I mean, with a good scope, you can see the bullet punch a hole in the paper. It's so slow.
I don't think my eyes will ever beat. I don't see vapor trails. I just don't think my eyes.
You have to shoot pretty far and have a pretty good.
I have a 450 Bushmaster. It goes pretty slow. So
yeah.
Well, we'll see. If I loaded up my 395 grain bullets, maybe I'll be able to see that.
I only ever see those in
crazy arc,
like really well in video.
Fair enough.
Yeah, or when I'm spotting for a buddy. If a buddy's shooting a high power rifle really far. Yeah,
fair enough. And I reported, I think at the start of the year or end of last year, that my 822 was starting to have some problems with trigger reset. So I didn't get a chance to take it back out of range again after that. But I was like, okay, I have some time myself. Usually I go to the range with a buddy, so he kind of have more family stuff. So we kind of tried to rush out of it after a match. Trying to play with it. And it's like, there's this hard spot in the middle of the bolt travel that I didn't notice before. And I was like, what the? I was like, okay, can I replicate it? I did. And then can I take a video of it? And I was able to do that. But it was only a slight hitch to the point where if you pull the trigger, or even at a half position, or if you disengages the safety, the bolt slams back forward. So it's really odd. And then but it shot fine that time. And I had the 25 round Butler Creek 822 mags. I was like dumping it. It was all right. It could be a fouling thing, because that gun, after I had issues with it, was clean, put away, brought back out to the range. At the time, it was starting to have malfunctions. That was pretty much at the end of the match day. So probably some 100 round put through it. So I didn't do an accelerated fouling test on that. So I came home, was like, this bolt angle on the back looks kind of stupid. I'll post the images onto Discord to show viewers what I'm talking about. But it's just like, I don't remember, because I clean this gun religiously, and 822 is very good for it because it's very easy to clean. It's like an AK, you pull the dust cover off and the whole bolt assembly comes out. It's like, I don't remember there's a sharp spot here when I'm wiping. And I was like, the color ain't right. And I was like taking pictures. I sent an email to Savage.
So your bolt's chipped. A piece broke
a
off
little.
of it?
I don't know. I think
it has to.
I think it's more the trigger is not at the right spot. So the main failure point, I think, is if I'm on safe and I pull the trigger, you can see the trigger will move slightly up and get caught. And if you don't reset the trigger, it won't do it again. So I'm thinking it's more of a problem with some kind of a safety component where it's maybe what it's doing is letting the trigger sit too high. And that's why the bolt is scraping against the trigger.
Sounds like a problem for Savage.
It sounds like a problem for Savage. I sent them an email. It looks like their support structure may have changed. It looks like the person on the other end is from the United States, and they don't quite understand our struggle. For example, as an individual, unless you have a Canada Post account, you can't ship a gun.
Yeah, you gotta have a
so like
small
last time when I sent in my impulse, they were able to send me a shipping label, but I don't think they're willing to do that this time, which is a little interesting. So we'll see if we can get them to pay for it to go back. But I'm guessing maybe the A22 trigger isn't as removable as the 1022 trigger. For one of the reasons being, it doesn't really need to come out because your bolt could come out the other way anyway. Yeah. So I think it might need a new trigger and possibly either a polish on the bolt. It's not chipping a huge surface, so they might be able to just chamfer it and call it good, or they might need to.
They're just going to replace it.
Probably, yeah. Nowadays, new parts are so much cheaper than having the labor trying to fix it. So, and then I've ordered a bunch of stuff, which I'll mention in new gun stuff as well. And I have a 50 caliber rifle coming. I'll let your imagination take to that.
BMG?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I doubt the BMG.
could be 50 anything, but I guarantee it's a 50. Let's go to Joe next. And he is the proud customer of Tony Drives Gun Industry.
I got a bunch of new guns here. So I went to the AHIA Guns and Gear fundraiser. I have no idea what it was going to be. They actually haven't done it up in Edmonton here before.
What do they fundraise on?
Fundraising for AHIA.
Cool.
So they did a gun thing in Calgary last year, which you went to. I thought they were going to do that here in Edmonton.
You mean the gun sell thing?
Yeah. So I'm like,
one of the shotguns back here.
Yeah.
Actually, my 303 is here too.
Yeah. I was thinking that that's what it was going to be. It wasn't. It was a bunch of new stuff that you could get raffle tickets for.
Ooh.
And then there was also an auction, like a live auction for some of the stuff. There was a lot of
insane or not?
Some of them were okay. They had a couple of shotguns, some Frankie Intensity or something like that. No, like they're fancy over-unders. They're like $2,000.
The
Intensity. Something like that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They had some 20 gauge and 410 along with a box of shells, like a flat of them for 20 gauge or 410. Which like that was a good deal. But then they had a couple of others that the bidders got away from themselves. They bid up some stuff pretty high.
Well, fundraiser, right?
It was a fundraiser, exactly.
They're supporting it.
Yeah. I didn't win anything, but that's fine. I got enough guns around here.
What do you mean?
I did a doubleheader PAL over the weekend. I had an American from Montana that came up, and he's living here for 4 years. So if he wasn't living here temporarily, he would need a PAL, right? Americans can just bring up their hunting rifles and that kind of thing and use them without a PAL. But because he's living here temporarily, he needed it. He showed me some pictures of his gun room, and like they're pretty close to mine. and he ripped through it. So when you do your PAL, there's a written test and a practical. He went through the written pretty quick. For the practical, it was the fastest 100% I've ever seen.
He can do the AR and low was the backflip, catches the round, put the gun down.
Yeah. No, he was just very methodical and just robotic. It's like, load 2 cartridges of the right. It's like grabs them, do a double load with the shotgun. It's like,
all right. Yeah. Are you a competitor too, or no?
No, just an enthusiast. Yeah.
Like his gun room, is it like
mostly precision rifles? Mostly,
okay.
Like ARs and
but
handguns.
There's like motor sporters and stuff.
Yeah.
So he knows all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like he is like.
I felt silly testing him.
Muzzle loading guy. He have everything that's only muzzle loading.
No, he had way too many guns to just have
that's cool.
one thing he liked. Anyways, I bought a couple things.
Did you ever ask what gun he have here?
None, but he's bringing a bunch. He's in Montana. It's enough.
All the precision guns.
Yeah, his precision guns. He's like, "Can I bring this up?" I'm like, "Yes, no."
No.
Yeah. This came in. This is the same thing as that other TM22, but it's just got a different forend. I don't know if I mentioned this last time. It's got a little support for the barrel, so this is not a free floated forend. It's got a support right there. Plastic forend. I think I talked about this last time, but that's the only difference.
That's pretty.
It's a plastic forend.
So, it's a plastic forend, yeah. Which sounds cheesy, and it is, but it feels good because it's not like cold, right? And it's nice and smooth in your hands. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, so I got that. I got these Chinese shell caddy thing. It's like they were very cheap. And I was thinking like, oh, this would be fine. I've had some other ones that have been good. That's adjusted as close as it goes. These will fit 3.5-inch shells. Why?
They're for hunting.
Why did they make it for the 12?
There's one too many shells in a stack for hunting.
Yeah.
Quad load you can't quad load your hunting shotgun. You can dual load them.
Yeah. So it just uses a single screw in the back. So I can just drill it higher and make it so it fits. But the other thing, now they showed it in the picture, and I just thought like, man, these like Chinese people just like in China have no idea what they're doing with shotguns. They showed it like this, right? But it is like, you know how they do the top plate where it holds onto the rim, and that goes in there and it kind of holds it really nicely. They did on both sides. So this bottom is not meant to hold the bottom of a shotgun shell. Now, I think I can just cut out this bottom plate here and leave cutouts and just tighten that up and then move these in closer, and I think it'll work. This is just like backup stuff, right? This was cheap enough that it doesn't matter.
I was going to say, didn't you just buy like Briley stuff and like finally got you out of the cheap stuff?
The Briley stuff is for me. This is for maybe my kid. I don't know.
No,
not for me. I'm using the good stuff.
This is the thing. It's like the Vietnam built 1911. They have an illusion of what a 1911 looks like. So there's a safety lever that does nothing because it looks like it's supposed to be there, but mechanically they don't know what's happening.
Yeah. When I first opened the package, I'm like, why is this thing so big? It's huge. It's like, it's because they're not made for the right shells.
Briley's got to start paying me commission for those caddy sales.
They should sponsor you. Exactly.
You sell,
there was probably about another 3 people from our squad that was buying them after retelling them about them and that.
Oh god.
Yeah. They're good shell caddies, and they're reasonably priced. For the Gucci-ish ones, they're the cheapest, I think, right?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The Gucci shell caddies are expensive.
I forgot to mention that I did get to use Dave's Briley caddy this weekend. I wasn't audacious enough to do quad loads. I was doing doubles, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. Oh, I got them. Kyle's got them. This came up on the 3-gun buy and sell. It's the SCSA Taipan, the pump action 223. I had to get it.
Obviously, the price was right.
You know me. I'm a sucker for a deal. My uncle had actually just got one of these things. I'm like, yeah, those are kind of interesting. Maybe I'll get it off of him and do a review on it. And then one popped up on the exchange. And I'm like, oh, that's for a price that I can't say no. So I can't. Yeah.
Well, you'll get a place to put your mag release on it.
I'll get a place to put my mag release. Yeah, Tony would brought up some nice mag releases for me. Yeah, so that's it. Now, so I got this rifle, and then this is not the way you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to buy it and then look up reviews. You're supposed to look up the reviews and then buy it.
But you are where the review comes from. So how do you look up reviews before you buy stuff?
I do that too. I'm supposed to. So beforehand. So I looked up some reviews, and they're like, I'd see people complaining like, yeah, the bolt hold open. You got to like press this thing from the other side, right? It's a cross bolt for the bolt hold open. And
why do people care?
Well, and the other issue is that it doesn't hold open on the last round. It holds open on the mag. So when you pull the mag out, the bolt goes forward, right?
Yeah.
It's a pump action.
The new Evo, the new version of this has a bolt hold open. That is where the AR one goes and works like an AR.
Really?
It fixes it. And it's also lighter weight. And it's also, there was one more thing. I can't remember what it is. I'll get down to it. I have one listed in the new gun stuff, but it's slightly better than this. And not enough that I really care.
The price though, Adriel.
Yeah, the price. I agree. Well, between the price of this one versus the price of the
new one.
Well, new Evo will be $14.50 or so, which I paid less for this one. I've got a scope. It looks like that scope's really low mounted on there.
It looks cool though. I love it.
It's because this receiver here goes down, so it fits fine. I got lots of space on there.
When I see this picture, because the front end of it looks like an AR, the back end looks like a precision rifle. It was like, is that our inline recoil system? It's kind of there, but not quite.
No, the barrel's just a little bit on top of that stock there, but it's in line enough. It's pump. Besides, shooting pump, you're going to be disturbing your sight picture every time you run it, anyways. That's neat. I'm looking at 3D printed parts for it and that kind of thing. I'm going to pass one of those two over here.
Let's go with the easier to handle one first.
Yeah, let's do the easier to handle. So Tony got one of these, and he's like, "Hey, you want one of these things?" I'm like, "How much is the price?" And he's told me the price. I'm like, "Yes, I do." It's a B22. It's just Savage's new bolt action 22. It's an FV, so heavy barrel, synthetic stock.
The major benefit, in my opinion, is, well, if you have an A22, it's a no-brainer because it shares the magazine. But if you don't, the Mark II has a very chintzy metal.
And the mag sticks
out quite a bit. So now you have 10 rounds flush fitting. If you need to do maple seed stuff, it's very nice and handy. Made in Canada, of course. And the bolt feels good. Not a lot of resistance to it. And I found the medium, the matte finish for Savage firearms are relatively weather resistant. I had good luck with them, so I'm pretty happy with that.
But these mags fucking suck. Look at this. The porosity on there.
They work.
Plastic and metal in a weird way of
it work. It's not too expensive either. And you can't have 25 round mags, although those things are unobtainable right now.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, a buddy of mine has 2 or 3 of them, but I probably wouldn't want to run 25 round mags in this
because those will
stick out. Yeah, getting in the way.
Anyways, go for hunt though.
22. I got so many 22s. I'm gonna review that one and sell it probably. And then
the Americans are invading.
Yeah, my buddy Dave. So I've been looking for a trapdoor Springfield, and my buddy Dave's like, "Hey, I found one. It's in decent condition." Yeah, this is an 1863 converted 1873. Yeah, 73 trapdoor. Ooh, long barrel in 4570, and
government.
See the barrel there, pretty thin at the end, and yeah, I like it. Flip open, eject the round, put a new round in there, close it up. Because it's that's straight up like a percussion cap hammer, right? But yeah, on a not percussion cap gun. So I've got some 4570 in the tumbler right now, and I'm gonna be loading up some rounds for it. I've got a real goofy rear sight. 2 dials. One of them's for windage; it just rotates it side to side. And the other one for elevation, which you will just pull it over my shoulder here like that.
Too long, it's hitting the ceiling right now.
Pull her up like that, and that's your sight.
Oh,
yeah. But there's no calipers to it, no dial or anything like that. You just kind of put it on.
If you ever need to shoot your Springfield in the squadron as a artillery piece, there's your option.
Yeah. I'm really happy with the condition on it though. It looks great. It's been refinished at some point
for a 200 some odd years gun.
Yeah, it's not the oldest gun I have, but it's going to be the second oldest gun I have.
It's 100 some years old. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I dig it. It's very neat. The sight picture on it sucks, but what do you expect from back then? Right?
Actually, I found that when I shoulder it, the front side plate seems really, really thin. Then I realized, it's because it's really, really far away, so it looks really, really thin.
Yeah.
The second thing is, this gun is actually just as long as my Nova Speed. So it will not fit in the usually long 52-inch bags. Perfect. Like tiny little bit hanging out. It's just what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, it's dope and it's not black powder, and I like that because black
could
powder
be black.
I'm
pretty sure when it's designed is 4570 black powder.
Yeah. I could probably put some Paradex or black powder in those cases, but why? then everything is going to be a mess.
Just to make it difficult to clean.
Yeah, it just makes everything like rust extra good. I think that's all the stuff coming up this weekend. I've got a private pal, our pal, so I'll be heading out. Sean's just mentioning here that he picked up a new to him Browning 685 over under an older mid 80s Browning Auto 5 for $400. Whoo!
Browning Auto 5. Wow. Sean, let me know how the Auto 5 work out. Write us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com. I want to know how you loop that thing because it's a barrel inside a barrel. And the barrels are all moving together. So it's going to be like all over the place.
And friction rods and old magic to make it semi-auto. Yeah.
That's John Moses Browning's specialty, though. The M2. Isn't the M2 like that, too? Just a barrel bouncing inside.
I don't know.
I know the Model 8 is also. It's just...
Yeah. Upcoming events, hgfirearmstraining.ca. Mine are sold out, but I'm going to be doing some courses with Colin in Devon. And those ones aren't sold out. We just opened up a new one for May, and we've got one in June as well. So lots of those available. 3-gun matches, that one's over. There'll be some May ones at Sherwood Park and Chaz. We'll be opening our 2 big annual matches. Either they're open right now or they're going to be opening very soon. So watch really closely for those because those are the big matches at Sherwood Park and Chaz.
You got to remind me.
I'll let you know when it opens. Yeah, it might be opening soon here. I just ordered the patches for that one. Special, event patches for those.
Special?
Just for that event, yeah. Maple Seeds, we got some of those coming up. Lone Butte will be... No, that one got canceled. Rocky Rod and Gun Club will be May 3rd. Sherwood Park, we've got one for April 25th and 26th. It's open now. Go register. Otherwise, they're all going to be sold out. Like the Milo, we're doing Milo April 25th, 26th. Those are sold out.
Oh, wow.
More coming soon. Yeah. I just sent out an email yesterday.
It's like the middle of the night.
And they're all going out. Yeah. Let's talk about the BTSA ones.
BTSA, we have 2 matches coming up, 2 major, weekend matches coming up. On the 18th, 8-stage Steel Challenge sanction. So if you want to rank up in Steel Challenge, come and hang out. If you choose Steel Challenge, you should already know about it. And then USPSA season starter on the 26th. Again, sanction match. So if you want to do that.
Perfect. Let's get into the news. Let me just share my screen because we got some of these news items up over there. The first one is the RCMP's warning against bringing firearms to detachments under the federal buyback program. Now, this is like people randomly bringing them in because I guess people are doing that.
Well, I guess first there is the concern of if someone's boneheaded enough just to, here's my 2 AR, I'm just going to walk into the detachment like that. The second part is they're prohibs now, so how do you transport them, right?
They've told us to transport them how they were before. So restricted,
that's only transport them the way you do before, though.
And transport, they told me, like but without the ATT or reg cert. They said when I transport it from my old place to my new one, just transport it like it was before. So put a trigger lock on it.
That might be true because I know there is the exemption list for bringing it back to your register address for the one last time, going to export place. Like I say, going to dispose it is also an exempted activity. So maybe that's just don't do it. Like if you want to properly dispose of your firearms, then inquire one of the approved.
Call the cops first too. Like the cops can do this without this program. You could call into the cops and say, I have a gun, I don't want it anymore, and you guys destroy it for me. You could do that before. You just need to call ahead. Yeah. Not just roll in. Yeah. This is kind of a neat one. So, Tony, you found this one.
Yeah, I found this one. Someone sent it on one of the Discords, but someone was able to get the proper iron gun, not Tony Drive's gun, to import them a our choice of 10mm handgun, but a handgun nonetheless. And this person who wrote this post apparently got their ATC.
But that looks like a wilderness ATC. A 10mm handgun would be really good for like grizzly bear defense or something like that.
Fair enough. So I guess pistol transfer is still possible, but under what kind of scrutiny, we don't know.
ATC's business license. Yeah, you're saying prospecting season with a sidearm to keep me out of the jaws of a grizzly bear. Yeah, so that looks like a wildlife ATC. Getting into new gun stuff. Okay, there was 2 guns though. There was 2 guns that got non-restricted FRTs.
I only saw this one. I don't know what.
There's another one. I can't remember what it was. It was another cool looking one. No, wasn't it the L85?
No.
Yes, it was an L85. It was the who was making it?
Was it Americans?
No, no. There's a Canadian company in Saskatchewan that's making them. Anyways, this is one of them. This has now got a non-restricted FRT, the Brigade McCasey.
I tried to do research on this. I couldn't find this number on the published FRT list right now.
But that one's delayed.
That one is updated from April the 6th.
Yeah.
So I couldn't confirm or deny if this is a credible information. But from what I can see, I have my reserved opinion right now.
Well, the business one will be more up to date. So, like, I'd bet that, one of the business guys, looks like it just got an FRT. There's a reference number, Brigade Manufacturing, McCasey.
I don't know. Dave didn't say he had an updated one.
Which Dave?
Full Hill Farms. Dave.
Does he have access to the FRT?
He is a verifier, so he does.
Ooh, huh.
So I don't know if there's flies on the wall in the firearm lab. That could be.
Maybe. Anyways, that's kind of neat.
Tony was looking more into muzzleloading stuff, but did you know there is pre-packaged muzzleloading propellant packages?
Yep, they're expensive though. These things.
This is not new news, but they're like what, a year or 2 old. As this is the Federal Fire Stick. It's designed for a specific fire stick barrel, and I'm following a lot of news from Thompson Center, who got bought back from Smith & Wesson and Greg Ritz. I think he's born like a hunter, like a hunter influencer type, and he was doing more of YouTube about how TC's revival, and they're making one of these firearms too. I believe CVM Traditions both have one out already. It has basically the charge goes into the breech, like a breech loading firearm, like your shotgun, but the bullet has to come from the front. So,
and it looks like there's a like a little barrier on there. Yeah,
like basically not like a neck, but for your bullet to seat on, so you have the correct seating depth. I found it odd because how are you going to clean this thing?
Just with
from
a brush.
The front, I
just
guess.
With a brush. No, from the back.
But then it won't pass through.
Oh, yeah, it's just like a bunch of water.
I think the shelf is just a narrow spot, so maybe it's not as narrow as we think it is. But that's for your bullet to seat on. So now, if you're mostly for the U.S. residents, because they have beneficial muzzleloading hunting regulations, you can have your charge, and you can take it out at the end of the day so it doesn't get wet. And this is an interesting thing. I don't know how they do it in the front, but it's a completely sealed unit. This is more sealed than a shotgun shell, for example. Like if you have a birdshot shotgun shell, you dip it into water, there's a risk of water passing through your shot into the powder, but this one won't do it. So
seals out moisture. Yeah,
it's an interesting development in the muzzleloading game. I guess it's kind of gaming the system. But
I was thinking about, like, is this actually faster to load? And in my opinion, not really, because you can get those little plastic things that hold the powder.
Right.
You can pour the loose powder in and put the bullet. What you can't do is unload it.
Unload it.
This you can unload really quickly. That is
and it's very weather resistant.
And just leave the bullet in there.
Yeah.
And it would be easy because since it's open at the back, you could just look down the back. Oh yeah, there's a bullet in there.
Yep. So it doesn't really have an application, not in Alberta anyway. We have some muzzleloading slug zones, but they're not.
There's one just east of here.
Yeah, it's not really extending your season, so you could you could be using something else. Like, for example, a high-performance 20-gauge bolt-action rifled barrel slug gun. And in my opinion, that's a little bit more competitive than this.
More convenient.
Yeah.
But some American, you're saying some American places.
Some depends on your state. Some will allow modern muzzleloader like this. For example, Montana does not. You have to have an exposed lock side plate gun. I think you have to shoot black powder or substitute. Interesting development for sure. I saw a shirt.
Cool. The next one we have here is Briley's got in stock the Ultimate M2 barrel.
So yeah, I'll do a full detailed video on it, but basically they start with a slug barrel because it's the heaviest profile Benelli barrel you can get. Bore out all the rifling, so it's a smoothbore barrel because you're expected to shoot shot out of it. Slap a big old brake on it, put Briley's choke in it. They change your iron sights to take a Delta Point Pro or a Vortex Defender, which is on the same footprint. And the total price is about, is this with a barrel? Yeah, this is a with a barrel, $1,630 US. You will never need to upgrade your Benelli barrel ever again. And I don't think shotgun shoots through their barrel, do they?
No.
Yeah. You can also ask them to do it for your barrel, but it's just not as ultimate.
I think
this is done. Yeah. And Robbie's already got working on the plates for RMR. He's got like 3 of them. They're in anodizing right now, but so those will be available with RMR.
That's awesome. I know a lot of shooters are requesting it. Apex Optics have them, so that makes sense too. But I'm a Vortex user, so I won't complain.
Cool.
And I mentioned I have a lot of muzzleloading research done. I just want to give a shout out to Londero Sport. We have featured them here on New Gun Stuff before. I just didn't know they have a dedicated muzzleloading section.
Did you buy 495s or 490s?
I think both.
Okay.
Just testing things.
495s are with a patch are really tight. You're going to need a starter to get them going.
Fair enough. But yeah, they have the best prices on Hornady ball ammo. They have 777 loose powder in stock, and they have the best prices on Whitehall pellets if you want to go that route. And they're shipping on these kind of more flammable, explosive things is not outrageous. So pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
They're out of Quebec. So
Canada's Gun Store has the Athlon Rangecraft for $619.
I haven't seen a lot of people use them. Everyone is gravitating towards the Garmin.
I have it, and the funny thing is, like, some of the times you're looking at it, you're like, "Oh, you got a Garmin." No, it's the Athlon. They look so similar, and the back looks so similar. You might be looking at them, you might not even notice.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Hey, remember that me mentioning the Evo? Yeah, there's the Evo. So the bolt release, it's on. You can't see it's on the other side here. So the bolt release is on the other side. It's 300 grams lighter. I don't know how.
Next picture.
How much? There's no next picture. There's no next picture here on this one for whatever reason. It's 300 grams lighter. Now I don't know what that is in pounds, but what is that?
2/3 of a pound.
Bro, that's a lot of weight for a gun to like same gun to cut that down. Now it's got this. I don't really like this thumb hole stock thing it's got going on instead of like the
it looks a little too unnecessary.
Yeah, too spacey, and it's got a mag holder on the back, which is lame in my opinion. But
well, you can do it for your. It looks the releases on this side, which will be awfully inconvenient. But
you would hit it with your middle
right, but it will be interesting for you to load your like starter round and then put it back just as a. Oh crap!
Well, you you would drop this mag, reach over here, press that button, pull it out in your hand, and then slap it in.
Right. I'm just thinking you could use it as the feeder mag for the first round.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Just in case you lose all the mags for some reason because you didn't adjust the belt right.
I
5 more rounds.
I guess.
We go.
Yeah. The big advantage here: flared mag well and the bolt release in the right spot and lighter.
Bolt release is good though, for sure.
Anyways, yeah, those things are $14.50. Tinda's got a sale. So these UTAS shotguns aren't good.
Did you ever have one?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do a review on it?
I did.
Video?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm sure I did. Maybe it's so long ago that I didn't do a video though. Anyways, Tinda's got these things on sale for $1,000 or $1,100 or $1,150, depending if you want the ODG, FD, or black. But that's the shotgun plus 250 rounds of slugs.
Whoa! Well, the score slugs are.
That's about $200 worth.
That's a little bit less.
170.
It's like 170, something
170.
like that.
Yeah.
So get a KSG, man.
Yeah, they're not great to load. Neither.
Just
Neither.
get M2.
Yeah.
Get M2.
Well, I'm not saying getting M2, but these, don't get.
Get a proper good gun. Get an A5 or something.
No, get a Browning Auto 5.
Browning Auto
Has to be from World War II. German blood on it.
Yeah. Anyways, it's kind of neat. Some people like their space guns, and that's as spacey as you can get.
It's the reloading is so.
It's so bad.
Awkward.
Yeah. North Silva's announcing they're bringing in some of these Morrison levers. The difference here is that they've got a neat colored laminate, and they're stainless.
12-inch with a threaded muzzle. Ooh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 12-inch with a 44 mag, like you're getting decent velocity out of it. It's not like you get a ton more velocity with a 16 or an 18 or anything like that.
A lot of people are at the time. People are shooting it out of 6-inch revolvers.
Yeah.
You're losing so much gas through the gap,
and
it's only 6-inch, so you're probably burning pretty good amount of it.
Yeah. Anyways, those are kind of neat looking. I like the color. Yeah,
it's also short.
Pretty nice.
That's handy.
Yeah. I got more than a few behind there if you want to take a look. Not this same one, but that size. This looks like something that you would put on here.
Yeah, I was just looking up on Freedom Ordinance's website. They used to have a upper only for basically for anyone who had a registered machine gun. But with the proliferation of FRTs, not our lame FRT, like the better FRT in the States, they thought they would just release a whole gun. And it's also like the M249, where it's magazine and belt compatible. So you could shoot you could mag dump on Monday and then go shoot USPSA on Tuesday.
I dig the belt fed. That looks cool.
150 round belt. I don't know how they warranty this thing. You're gonna melt your barrel in like 3 days.
Nah, it's a 9mm, but
golly,
too
much freedom.
And it's a handgun. Look, and
it's got a brace.
I'll put that handgun. Yes. Well, register it as an SBR costs $3.99 right now, so you might as well do it.
Yeah, but Tony, keyword registered.
Registered.
You put a brace on there. Nothing.
It's a pistol. Fair enough.
3,600 to 4,400.
I don't understand why the barrel length is 8 or 16. You can only have one or the other.
It's a pistol 12. Or a rifle, right? If you go 16, then it's a rifle.
What if I want a 12-inch or 10-inch pistol turned into a rifle later? I don't know.
Oh, the rifles are out of stock. What about the?
I bet they're out of stock.
Out of stock.
I don't think they have a lot of demand for this.
Maybe they've got so much demand that they're all sold out. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but we can't have it. But yeah, the dual magazine capability, how cool is that?
Yeah, pretty cool.
You can literally have your... Oh, what?
Here's something for Canadians. So someone's 3D printing a little mag adapter to make the GSG 16 rounds work with the 5.97s. So this will go into a 5.97 mag, and you can use your GSG 110 round mag in your...
It's the Russian nesting dolls magazines. So you have a 1022, you got to put a 5.97 adapter.
Yeah.
Put an adapter on it for GSG 16. Wait, can you even do...
You could buy GSG 16 mags.
The mags aren't technically unlawed yet, I guess.
No, Cabela's is blowing them out on sale.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Are they reliable a bit?
No, the stick mags are more reliable, but you can't adapt the stick mag. It's
only 25 rounds.
This is a clamshell that you get. Well, the GSG 16 stick mags are more reliable than the what are the H22 Hera? What are the mags that we can get?
The HC3R.
Yeah, those.
They're dead now, so
the GSG mags are better than those, and better than the 5.97 mags. Now, the drum, no. The 110 round drum has always been a meme and always given like bad jams and that kind of thing.
The problem is now which magazine release do you hit? You hit the one on the 1022, the 5.97, or this?
Yeah, the 5.97. This is actually a clamshell. It goes onto the mag up top
in
here.
the end, it's a 5.97 magazine. Okay.
Yeah, it turns your GSG mag into a 5.97 mag.
I guess if you have GSG magazines already, you can say.
Or if you want to take advantage of the sales on these things, because these things are like Cabela's and that kind of thing. We're blowing them up for like $70.
They don't run. How do you dejam
No, they don't.
this thing?
No, they
Jesus.
don't. No, they don't run at all. Anyways.
Just to tell Paulie that we can have 110 round magazines because they think 5 round magazine was the maximum we can get.
Exactly. Anyways, that's all I got for there. I don't really have a main topic. We had a couple of those new guns. I swear there was an LE5 because I was talking with Mike Hynek, who's a listener and host on Ballistically Speaking, and he was mentioning like, yeah, we got two guns that got FRTs this week. And I thought the other one was an LE5 looking gun. I saw it and I'm like, well, that's weird.
I saw that might be true because there was a discussion in Discord, different Discord, but because one of them was British. So I think there was a little jab at the LE5 for that, maybe.
There was I don't know if it's news that we really want to talk about, but here, let me just share my screen here one more time. Just more lies from Paulie, really. But they're saying Canada theoretically limits max number of magazine rounds at 5 for long guns and 10 for handguns.
Is this translated from Francis?
No, I think they're just lying. I think they're just used to lying a lot, and because we were talking the other week about Provost lying about, the government estimates there's only 136,000 affected guns. That's the list, right? That's how many there are out there. And now here they're saying that the limit is 5 rounds for long guns when no, it's not. It's 5 rounds for semi-automatic center fire.
I forgot who was the person that replied to Paulie saying, as the distributor, we can also tell you there's 30 round magazines available too.
Yeah. Anyways, them lying is not news. That's just a day that ends in Y.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a main topic for today, unless there's anything you want to talk about, Kyle. No, I have nothing to talk about. Let's keep going. Listener feedback. Did you look at the emails? Were there emails?
I did look through them. There was just the one that we really don't need to read on air. So,
okay, all right. Do you have the YouTube comments up? Would you be able to read those? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. I'm curious now. I don't know which one you're talking about.
It was looking for advertising.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that one I want to talk. I want to talk to you guys about that afterwards.
Yeah, for sure. I figured we would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so just to see where we left off. I think we said 6 days ago, but I think we got those.
Oh, really? That'll be weird.
6 days ago, we wouldn't.
No. Okay. All right. So these next 3 are for the previous episode 648. There's 2 from Eddie. Happy belated birthday to Kelly from Eddie. Also, straw purchasing, as I understand it, is when someone knowingly buys a firearm to transfer it to someone else that's not allowed to own firearms. Seeing as the Canadians who went to compete at Superstition Mountain had valid Form 6 NIAs, they would be allowed to possess firearms, and therefore no straw purchasing occurred. No, I am not a lawyer. And it's pretty much it. Someone was just, they're talking, and it's actually funny. We were at the range, and one of the guys we were squadding with, he's like, saw Craig's jersey, and he's like, "Oh, you hear about the Canadians were doing that?" I was like, "Yep, we're those guys," and yeah, I'm the one that called in and corrected. He's like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Our dedication is above and beyond.
Yeah. So, and then we got Kilroy 614 on episode 648. Tony, excuses are like assholes. ... Memorial is calling your name.
Fair enough. And I have to say, the Three Gun crowd is really, really nice, offering their pistol for me to borrow because I was complaining that the 1911 doesn't have enough capacity now.
Mm-hmm. That commenter was at Memorial, Kyle.
Sorry?
That commenter was at Memorial. I know who that is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're at Memorial. They might be going to... they're
wrong.
at Superstition.
Superstition.
They're at Superstition. They're all going to go to Memorial. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think I know because yeah. And we got Adrian. These next comments are on episode 649, last week's episode. I like the new thumbnails. And thank you. Adriel and AI are doing a great job with them.
I'm not. I've been putting them through ChatGPT and say, make this crazy and, do this or that.
You're very creative with ChatGPT then.
Yeah.
You're a good prompt master.
Yeah. It's just easy. But yeah, they do look better.
Yeah, they look awesome. Coleman Gibson says, at this point, you know what would be a total power move? If the whole CPC party just crossed the floor all at once and took over the LPC.
That would be funny.
Eddie replied to that. There's a mountainside speed bump stopping that tactic from happening. The liberals have the final say if they are going to accept you into their party.
Well, they've already shown that they'll accept anyone as their party, regardless if they believe in what the liberals do or not.
Yeah. We got 3D Videos Murray says, not sure why you think a few floor crossers worsens the situation for gun owners. If anything, it may actually improve the situation if those MPs happen to bring more favorable opinions of firearms ownership to the Liberal Party. Power-wise, the floor crossings change very little as well. Carney already had a majority since no opposition party is or will be willing to trigger an election for many years. Carney wants this mandate to guarantee the passing of financial and investment stuff, and for symbolism. He will still face all the infighting with more controversial topics like cutting social programs, government services, immigration, firearms, environmental protection, etc. Carney is a vanilla conservative riding a fad. Once Trump is out of the picture and the opposition parties have mended their images, he will be in trouble. This buyback is a $1 billion theft from Canadians. With the right awareness campaigns and constant complaining, playing the victim card, we could get grandfathering or proper compensation at least.
Well, here's a detail about the whole majority doesn't mean anything thing. Carney can prorogue government, prorogue parliament, and redo all the committees. And that's one of the major benefits they get out of a majority. And I think the Liberal Party whip is generally pretty good, so I don't really see.
They already said, like, who's that conservative that just went over Gladue or whatever her name was. She said, I will be voting with the Liberal Party on whip. So she's like, they'll whip the vote and they'll force them to do the important stuff.
Yeah, and they don't have to make. That was the end of that Eddie's replied, but they don't have to talk to opposition parties and get them on board to survive a vote or something.
Well, I think with gun stuff, they would have all that stuff would have passed anyways, because the Bloc and NDP would vote with them. But it does mean that the government's not going to be looking at calling election anytime soon.
Yeah. Eddie did reply to that. I'm not sure the opinions of floor crossings will change Liberal policies, but with the majority pretty much in lock, we can hope they will stop trying to pander to Quebec voters as much with their gun control policies. Trudeau didn't start ratcheting up his gun compensation scheme until he got reduced to a minority government. Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't really mention too much on their first kick at the can because the Liberals had run on pretty strong anti-gun platforms with Dion and Ignatieff and got their asses kicked. Now that really had nothing to do with the gun stance on there. But yeah, when Trudeau first got in 2015, there wasn't really much he was running on for anti-gun with that one. It was the very next election that they started putting it in. Got it back. But it's a religion for the Liberal Party. They could have a full majority or a non-majority. They'll always be pushing for it eventually. It's an important part of their political strategy.
Yeah. Another comment here from PGD Tour. You guys just misfact institution structural setup to keep libs in power. From education system to voting blocks to immigration, immigrant exit polling had Gaza, for example, as a top voting driver in the last election. Brampton, Mississauga went from single-digit MP seats to like 12 and will grow from there, approaching 10% of Lib seat count today. This election was best shot at changing flow and wasn't enough. You need the country to have an Argentina-type fall-off with currency falling off cliff to course correct, in my opinion.
Well, our politicians are bad. They're not as... I don't think they're economically as bad. I think they're economically bad, but I don't think they're as bad as the Peronists that were running Argentina for decades. Like they were absolutely horrible. Canada, I think, like it'll take a really long time before we get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We have a comment on one of our reels or shorts. Revealed 26,000 Canadians enrolled, 51,000 guns declared. From Commander Wolf. Says, man, I wish you guys didn't get screwed over so much by all this.
Sounds like an American.
Yeah. Yeah. We're back to last week's comments. One AB and DT. Words we use, Kelly, like hobby are/will be used against us by the anti-gun groups. You know or should know that they will or have done so. It has nothing to do with dividing the community. It's called being held accountable. If you want a hobby, go get a model and some glue.
Yeah, that's his comments on my CBC bit there. No one said anything. Yeah. Still not coming up. Ultimately, like a lot of this stuff is flash in the pan and then it's gone. It's not long lasting. Even if you think it's horrible, it's not going to come up again.
Yeah. A couple of comments from Eddie. Kelly, seeing you're in Ontario, would you consider yourself a Mid-Eastern Canadian? So if you score a 210 or better in Appleseed, would that re-qualify you as a rifleman in Mapleseed?
Well, so we make people re-qualify for the instructors and that kind of thing every year. If you shot an Appleseed, probably. I don't know. Okay. I'm sure Kelly can drop and do a 210 anytime she wants to.
I couldn't. Maybe it was a B-22. I could. I'll have to find out.
You should be able to. Anyways, our instructors should be able to, right? It's something that we expect from our instructors.
If it was a semi-auto, I couldn't do it.
Get good scrub.
I know. 2 shots.
No, I shot like should be able to shoot like a. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. Another comment from Eddie. Adriel, I found used Jerichos have triggers with various quality. When I was checking them out for a few years back, I tried out 3 different pistols before finding one with an acceptable trigger, much to the annoyance of the salesman. You shouldn't gloat too much about Alberta's oil price and profits. That's mostly going to be transferred to Quebec.
Some of it. Well, we'll see about that. But Jericho is a milsurp, well, LEO/milsurp thing, right? So I wouldn't. I guess it depends on which unit they served in. If they served in a unit that trained a lot versus carry them a lot, it will probably feel pretty different. Did they ever come in the country as brand new or all?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We had them in the country as brand new. Yeah, not many because these things you get for $450. So why would you get a brand new one, right?
Fair enough.
Okay, let's see what the let's see what this comes out at because I'm curious.
Good safety check.
That's pretty heavy. 4 pounds. Who cares?
Huh? Okay.
Single action though.
Yeah, but like compare that to a Glock or something. Like let's see what the trigger pull is. Okay, a little bit of take up. It's not a 1911.
Oh. Okay. Well, this is the bad part.
Yeah, the two state. Yeah, the double action is going to be worse.
All double action is not going to be great.
For 3 guns, it's not going to be as bad since you're not.
What's it going to go down to afterwards? I guess we'll find out.
There's. I saw it for IPSC. It's only the limit on the first stage for double single gun.
Yeah, that double action is horrific.
It is heavy.
It's as gritty as it looks.
The Shadow 2 is still long and still heavy. They have like reduced travel kits for them, but I think it's doable. This just feels a lot worse.
Yeah. We have one last YouTube comment here from Shiloh Navu. I saw a story recently. The Canadian government might go the same direction as New Jersey. They have put a ban on the sale and use of crossbows with speeds over 200 FPS. Maybe we will get that restriction.
200 FPS.
Is that going to kill deer?
No.
Oh, the crossbow will go over 200 feet per second. Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, like, is that still going to be ethical hunting at that point?
No, I think you'd want
right now, a crossbow is in the rifle season. You can't shoot it in archery season unless you're disabled.
Right, fair enough.
So it's the same as a rifle. So as far as the hunting regs are concerned,
what Tony's saying is like our crossbows are shooting an arrow at 300 plus FPS. If you get one that shoots at 200, can you shoot a deer with that? I don't think that's ethical. I think that's way too slow. It's not going to have enough energy.
We'll have to do a calculation versus bow.
I'm trying to remember what I was.
Most bow speeds.
Your compound bows are going less than that. So why wouldn't it be ethical? Like your compound bow, a 200 foot per second compound bow is a fast bow.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking. It's 200 instead of 300.
Well, but
like a crossbow, that is slow for a crossbow. But for like a compound bow, that's going a good speed.
Isn't your shaft way lighter, like for a bolt instead of an arrow, though?
I don't know that much about crossbows to know the weights of the.
Kyle, a compound bow is like I'm looking at compound bows right now, and they're listing speeds of like 326. Like good modern compound bows are 300 plus feet per second. 200 is really slow.
I might be mixed up then, because I didn't think I was getting 200 with my compound at 70-pound pull.
That's a bare arrow. So like 326, this is some bullshit. You're never going to get 326. You're going to be getting like 300 maybe, but that's a bare arrow with no bolt or anything like that on there. But you're still going to be up there. Like it's going to be like 200 is really, really slow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that like, how do you test the limit? Is it what kind of payload are you shooting? Like the heavier the bolt is, the slower it's going to shoot.
Well, they rate these things with a bare arrow, not even with fletchings on it. So
really, they don't fly straight then.
No, they just want to get the max speed. Anyways,
but then it's working against you if you're in, for example, New Jersey, because then if you have a load, it's going to be 100 feet per second. It's not going to kill anything.
Not going to kill anything. No,
that'll be weird. But I guess they just like, okay, we'll make a law about it. Now it just completely defeats the purpose.
Sean's asking what kind of precision 22. I would still say a CZ 457. It's so consistently like good that it's really hard to recommend something else. Unless if you want to pay a lot more, like an Ultimatum or
Deuce, IBI Deuce.
Yeah.
The end shoots, that's a lot more. Voodoo or
Rimax. Yeah. But for something that's less than $1,000, the 457.
And then IBI has a chassis coming out for it. So
you could get a Tika T1X too, but it's not the same.
The aftermarket isn't quite there yet.
And their mags are kind of crappy. They have a lot of them where the round, instead of going out like that, it'll like go up and then it'll get stuck. Yeah. I've seen that happen too.
All right. We had another comment on just Facebook here from Sean Branch. Sorry, guys, my guns are not for sale. nor will I walk into the RCMP or any police service to hand them over.
Fair enough.
I think that's the majority of gunners.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this right now. Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Any other comments?
No, that's it for YouTube.
All right. Twice a year, we'll take a look at what people have bought from the Bass Pro and Brownells links on our website. Going to buy something from them, and you're going to do it online. Go click on that link first and then do your purchase. If you'd like to support us, head on over to Patreon and look for Slamfire Radio. If you support us there, we'll give you early access to some different videos. If you'd like to email the show, send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shoutouts?
Yeah, I have a few. So
Okay,
I'm going to shout out Craig, my match buddy, coming down, making the trip cheaper, and offering his perspective to help me through struggling with gear and whatnot. Just alternative perspectives. Always good shooting with him. Aaron Hayes and his entire crew for Texas 3 Gun. Once again, they put on a fantastic match. The meals were great, and can't control the weather, but they held it at bay as long as they could. So awesome. Squad 10. It was a really awesome squad. You know how usually it's not until like day 2 where the squad starts opening up and being buddy and talking. Right away, day 1, it was like the second day of the squad. So
nice.
Awesome squad, really efficient on reset. Just, yeah, really awesome. All the match sponsors for all the prizes they put on the prize table and donating stuff to use on stages and whatnot, especially Hornady. They've sponsored the last couple matches, and they keep contributing to my reloading setup. So
awesome.
What did you pull off the table?
I pulled a media separator.
Ooh, all right. Those are handy.
So,
I like them.
Yeah,
they speed it up.
I used to just go back and forth in my hands, so I'm looking forward to using
Kyle,
this.
It's going to blow your mind how fast it makes it. And it seems like such a small thing, but once you've got it, it's like, oh my God, how did I do it before? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big expensive prize, but hey, it was something I needed. So cool.
Yeah. I got a shout out for Tony. Thanks for bringing the guns and gear down here. Or sorry, up. You're going north, so it's up, I think, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's up. Yeah.
I think elevation-wise it's down. It's very confusing.
Yeah. Any other shout-outs?
I do. I have a shout-out for David Knox, as always. I know I've shouted out him too many times, but he bought me my optics mounts, but the screws don't fit. So we'll see what ADM has to say about that. And
do you need shorter screws, longer screws?
It's weird. The the screws they gave me was not the right pitch, I don't think.
Oh.
So it's weird. And they're like a countersunk dish fit, not a factory slot cut. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah.
And I also borrowed his shell caddy. That was quite a bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give a shout out to the Michaud family for hosting me tonight. And always a fun to hang out here.
Awesome.
Nice.
Join our Discord server. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and a bunch of other stuff. Join the CCFR. And I'll see you guys next week. Later,
See you next week.
Good night, Kelly.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.